All right.
I actually heard you click.
Oh, well,
So, are you using a mouse?
yes, I'm using a mouse. What do you mean? What else would you use? Oh, a
Like
trackpad?
a trackpad, the only thing
No,
people should use since like
no,
2014.
no, no. You're very wrong.
My wife hates the trackpad as well. She's
No,
like, "Get
you're
me in
very
my
wrong.
mouse."
I mean, yeah, sorry.
I mean, if I were, a Windows user, sure, mouse. But come on, I'm a Mac user. It's a trackpad.
No, sorry. Like, there's wrong, and then there's like that
So,
opinion.
so you probably on the scroll bar on your mouse, it probably still does the old
No, no,
ancient
no.
pull back
I
push.
use the Mac one.
Oh, so you use the push up. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. So
whenever
you've
I'm, it's what is
okay.
it called? Natural scrolling, I
Yes,
think. Yeah. I
you've adjusted that.
no, no.
Okay.
I went to natural immediately, and every time I'm on like my or a Windows box or my dad's computer or something like that, I have to be like scroll.
Mentally
Oh,
yeah.
God, okay.
Crap, why does it
The
keep going
opposite.
down? Yeah. Right, that's right.
You're backing
All
up the
right.
trailer. It goes.
That's
You turn the wheel the other direction.
that's right.
Yeah.
Uh
So hey,
so
well, welcome to life on the road.
yeah, week 2 of the 2-week road trip. Halfway through week 2. Um no, it's been great. My wife has been able to hang out with her family. They went. My girls came down from college and hung out with us for a couple days. It's been a nice road trip, but I am ready to get back home. Um, I've also been put to a good use, as
Okay,
is
put you to
typical
work.
by my father-in-law, which is great. He's been wanting. He has the Ring alarm system. I think I
Okay.
mentioned this
Yeah,
last
yeah.
week.
I
From
think
for
you hadn't installed them.
Yeah, so we've now have the Ring alarms all installed, or in the cameras, uh, showing all the entry points to his doors, and uh, I I sometimes don't understand Ring. I had one plugged in, and like I had to like fish the power up through his garage rafter over to the side and drill some extra holes, and I have to go patch those now.
What?
That's probably tomorrow's. Well, because it's a brick house, but
Okay.
the garage, he wanted the camera on the back patio, which is through the garage door. But the power is on the inside of the garage. The camera is on the other side. So I had to drill a hole through. I can't drill a hole through brick. I could have drilled a hole through brick. Didn't want to because I had an easier path to
Okay.
just go up through this garage ceiling, which is plywood, and then
Okay.
down through the patio ceiling, which is plywood.
Plywood.
But I had to fish it up, kind of climb up into the
Okay.
rafters there, fish it up and over. And now I have 2 holes I have to plug. And that's my last task tomorrow will be to plug
Okay.
those holes. Um,
Tidy up your work. Okay.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways, so it's been fun. And then last night, my wife and I went and saw the new Captain America movie.
Oh,
It was really good.
yeah.
The last few Marvel movies have been, eh,
Meh.
yeah. This one I thought was really quite good. Apparently, the critics were not so big fans of it, but it felt like a big screen
Like a
movie.
Marvel movie.
Yeah, it wasn't. They could have just done this on 3 episodes on Disney Plus. This was see it on a big screen, and it was a great story. I enjoyed it. Had a couple cameos from other Avengers.
Uh huh.
Um, anyways,
Okay.
if
So
you
go
haven't
see
seen
it.
the new Captain America movie and you like Marvel, but you've been kind of like, the last few weren't that great, go give this one a try. I think they've hopefully they continue with their mojo here because it was pretty darn good.
Okay.
So that was my
maybe I'll see
last
if my wife
weekend.
wants to go on a date this Saturday and
Yeah, there you go.
see a movie. I don't think we
It was
have
fun.
symphony tickets.
Yeah, it was fun. Anyways, how's
Okay.
I know I missed a snowstorm in Oregon.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. Let's see. When did we record? We recorded Yeah, we recorded Thursday night.
Thursday of last week.
Thursday night last week. So I had already made the call to stay in Oregon because
That's
of the
right,
snowstorm.
because of the snowstorm. That's
right. So yeah, so I got home Friday. Friend from work got home earlier than I did, like midday on Thursday
Friday.
and on Thursday, and had to leave his car down at the park and
that's right,
stuff like that.
That's right.
But yeah, no, I got home Friday. It was totally fine. Like, there was still snow on the ground, but the roads were all nicely melted, and it was above freezing. And, the snow stuck around for another day or two, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, right, Portland totally shut down. I had a one-on-one Friday with a guy from work who lives in Canada. And so, yeah, he was like, how much snow did you get? And I'm like, an inch or maybe a couple inches. Like, sure.
But it was also ice.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, but he's like, yeah, I have 5 feet of snow at the end of my driveway. I'm like, yeah. This is not a competition. Like, not. But if it's the minimum amount of snow that causes complete and total city shutdown, I win.
That's right.
But anyway, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Although, there was, I forget, I don't think I actually mentioned to you, like a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, somebody took out the power pole out on the corner in front of our house again. Thankfully, we didn't lose any trees this time. But so that happened. Yeah. And then, but then that's the reason I'm saying that is because it wasn't related to that. Evidently, the accident was somewhere else, but we lost power Sunday night as well for a few hours. So, the generator got kick on and operated. So that was nice. Things worked. But couple things. Like, I feel like I've had failure of devices around me lately. And at least one of them, I'm blaming the power outage on Sunday night. But my QNAP has 2 hard drives in my RAID 5 dead. I'm pretty sure that it's completely dead. I'm a little worried about that. Like, I haven't solved that thing yet. Other than turning it off and turning it back on and trying to boot, and it does not work.
Still no worky.
No worky is not good. But good. I have a bed that has the raising feet and head lowering stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And that stopped working. And I'm like crawling around on the ground going, nothing changed. It got solved by unplugging it, like counting to 10 and plugging it back in. Like, thankfully, because if that hadn't worked, I'm not sure what I would have done. My stupid KVM earlier today, like my command key stopped working, and I solved that. I solved that by, I did send you a text on that. I'm like, I need to command C, command V. But I literally like rebooted my KVM only because that's what the keyboard's plugged into, so that caused the keyboard to lose power. And it seems to be working again. I mean, I love this stupid clicky keyboard. I think we talked about it on the podcast 5 years ago or whenever it was I got this.
You're a clicky keyboard guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Get out of my basement if my keyboard bothers you. You're too close. So like, I don't know. And then I came home. Oh yeah. Monday morning after the power outage, Monday morning, I went to cook and the range hood didn't work over the range. And we've got a gas range, and really it needs a hood. Like, you gotta okay. Yeah. And it wouldn't turn on. The hood didn't turn on at all. And I was like, oh, criminy, what am I going to do? So I
reboot it.
Well, that was the first thing I tried. And by that, I mean, I go down to the garage because there's no like on off thing here. Well, but there's a breaker. So I turn the breaker off, turn it back on, come up, still doesn't turn on or off. So I go out to the garage, get a multimeter, and come in and I, took off the kind of panel where the lights and the switches and stuff are.
Yeah.
So I could actually see up into there. And I have one of those little, proximity electricity beepers. The so turn that on. So okay. So I know there's power there. There's power there. There was power on each of the switches, so on the hot side of the switches. But like, I'm looking. I'm like, is there a fuse somewhere? Is there a, there's no burnt anything.
yeah.
In, like, I don't see anything that's obviously wrong anywhere. I've got a multimeter, but where am I going to stick the probes? I'm not quite sure where I'm looking to do anything on.
Mm-hmm.
And then this morning during a couple meetings, I was like, I feel like the last time something like this happened, they told me to just turn it off and wait for a bit and then turn it back on. So and in my head, there's like capacitors that have to like drain. And then, and so I did. So like, I don't know, there was I was on the phone all morning, but I ran out to the garage on my headset and I flipped the breaker off. And then, I just came back and did a meeting. And then like, a while later, 15, 20, 30 minutes later, went out, turned the breaker back on. And then the range worked again, or the hood worked again. I was just like, oh, yes, okay, cool. I didn't have to, like, wait 5 weeks for the appliance people to show up. And
have you tried rebooting Works for more than just Windows computers?
It totally does. Like, everything in my life at the moment seems to be like, have you turned it off and turned it back on?
Have you turned it off and turned it on again?
And that drives my sons so crazy. Because it mostly seems to work most of the time. So anyway, I have problems. Okay, one minor other update. So Civ 7. So I was really excited to get home to try and play Civ 7 with my son. Well, I think I might have told you that the problem, I figured the problem was that my laptop and the iMac, well, they're Intel processors and it requires an M1 or newer.
Right.
So I've got an M1 for my desktop at home. So fine. So Saturday morning, I had to clear a schedule specifically because I wanted to play a game with my son. And we sit down to Hot Seat. Fine, we'll play Hot Seat because Civ has supported Hot Seat forever. They did not support Hot Seat in Civ 7. And I'm like, wait, what? So the first thing I Google, Hot Seat Civ 7, and the first thing is like all these Reddit posts that are blasting it for the fact that like, where's the Hot Seat? I just spent $120, by the way, on this game.
You bought all the expansion packs, I take it.
Well, yeah, of course.
Have you met me? Yes, of course I did.
Anyway, yeah, no comment. Under advice of counsel. But anyway, so okay, fine. So we spent a couple hours, and because I'm a good father, maybe, or I'm at least a father who says, "Cool, you play the game, and I'll watch, and like we'll learn about it together." So anyway, it was good. It was fun, but we can't play multiplayer, which like, yeah, really.
That's
my wife's comment to me. My wife's comment: "How long until you go buy yourself a new laptop?" Like, I had already looked. I had already priced one out because my laptop's really old, but
yeah.
Kind of want an M4 Air. Maybe
Speaking as someone who just got the M3 Air, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't think I remembered that, but yeah. So anyway, there's my Civ 7 report. Okay. So I played for a couple hours this weekend, and graphics are great, but gameplay is slower, and you kind of need a balance.
Because I remember we were looking at the posts
reviews
below the game on Steam. The reviews were not very complimentary.
But that's okay. Like
it's a 1.0.
It's a 0.9.
It's 7.9 or 6.9. Or sorry, VI.IX. So
all right, there you go. All right, how about the topic?
Salt Typhoon is apparently all the rage.
China.
Salt Typhoon is, you can Google it and read about it. It's the Chinese occupation of most of the world's telco networks, including the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And so the link I'm going to here. So this is not specifically about Salt Typhoon. This is the impetus for some of the comments. So Senator Mark Warner has floated the idea to deal with Salt Typhoon's compromise of U.S. telecommunication networks, basically telling China, get out of our networks or we're going to hack yours.
Okay.
Interesting. So I'm quite sure that no one is naive enough to believe that the U.S. is not doing some kind of stuff in Chinese telcos and Chinese networks, etc. However, the apparent differences and some of the interesting tidbits here are we're probably not being, or at least we don't hear us US being as disruptive and destructive as things like Salt Typhoon are doing to other networks. And so Mark Warner said that, hey, replacing all the aging and vulnerable network equipment, most of it Cisco stuff, with vulnerabilities that Cisco reported in 2023, so a good year and a half ago, it would cost telecom companies tens of billions of dollars. And if we really wanted to evict the Chinese from every nook and cranny inside the nation's sprawling phone system, it could take 50,000 people and a complete shutdown of the network for 12 hours. That's, I'm sure, a little bit hyperbolic, but that's kind of your ballpark they're talking about. So instead,
luck with that.
Warner says maybe a more aggressive U.S. hacking strategy is part of the solution. He said, he doesn't believe that the U.S. can ever fully oust the elite Beijing-backed hacking groups from its telecommunication backbone without unleashing U.S. hackers inside China, or at least credibly threatening to. Quote, your diplomatic pushback on Chinese would be a hell of a lot stronger, Warner said, if the U.S. could tell China, we're going into your networks the exact same way you go into ours. In other words, get out of our house or we're going to break into yours. So one of the other tidbits here that this it's a Risky Biz article calls out that the U.S. government has already kind of mitigated some of Salt Typhoon's impact by publishing advice and encouraging Americans to use encrypted apps to protect themselves, like Signal, WhatsApp, iMessage, 3Mail, Wicker, Facebook Messenger. And then this is the money quote here, at least in my mind, is that kind of straightforward practical advice isn't really an option for the Chinese government. Because by contrast, it prioritizes internal security and surveillance over secure communications. So you can't tell your citizens just use more secure apps inside China. So it's likely going to be worse for China if the U.S. were to go in and compromise and, kind of, what's the golden rule? Do unto me as I do unto you, or whatever those lines are.
Do unto others as you would like others to do unto you.
There you go. So in InfoSec speak, the Chinese government has fewer compensating controls for telco ownership.
Oh, come on.
That's what the article says. So I thought this would be fun. This was kind of like Salt Typhoon. You can read all about that, but just the idea that a politician in the U.S. has said, look, we're never going to kick them out. Why don't we just do unto them what they are doing unto us, and either scare them into backing off, at least to a level that they can tolerate, that we can tolerate. It's almost like a digital Cold War, I suppose.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's the article I got for this week. It's out of the Risky Biz newsletter.
Okay. I didn't remember what state he's from. Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting couple years. It's going to be an interesting couple years. Yeah. Some of the stuff we haven't talked about here, but shutting down some of Sista's operations. So Okay, so I have something completely and utterly different. Completely different. But I saw this in like I don't know, I think it was in one of my like email newsletters that I kind of skim every morning. But so remember the chainsaw president of Argentina?
Yes.
Yeah. Javier Milei? I don't know how that's pronounced. Milei? So he evidently is like pumped a meme coin this weekend.
No other president would do that kind of thing.
No comment. No comment. No comment. So
sorry.
So Javier Milei, it says a meme coin caused Argentine President Javier Milei a lot of trouble over the weekend. The fallout is spiraling out of control and calls for his impeachment are getting louder. This comes just a few hours before he embarks on a scheduled trip to the U.S. On Friday, the crypto-friendly Milei touted the $Libra meme coin on X, which quickly caused its price to skyrocket. So here's the quote. This private project will be dedicated to encouraging the growth of the Argentine economy. He wrote in a now deleted post, adding a link to the Libra cryptocurrency project. Shortly after, the coin's market capitalization shot to $4.5 billion. A few hours later, Milei deleted the post, which caused the token's price to collapse. Within 3 hours of the initial post, the value by President Milei, Libra's value plunged by about 89%. Libra's extreme volatility sparked immediate questions as to whether or not this could be a rug pull or a pump and dump scheme.
Web3isgoinggreat.com.
Oh, I didn't check that out. Okay. Yeah, I should have, but yes. So evidently there was and I didn't actually see this video, but it says matters worsened for Milei on Monday evening following a TV interview in which he tried to downplay his role in the debacle. In a clip that wasn't aired, but has since become viral, the interviewer stopped the line of questioning, saying that it could cause him legal trouble. So the interviewer is like, okay, I can't let you keep answering these questions because you're going to get yourself in trouble. It boggles the mind.
So just real-time follow-up. This is the top story on web3isgoinggreat.com, as you would expect.
Of course. How is it not? Web3 is going great.com. Yes, Argentinian President Javier Milei promotes meme coin that crashes 95% in apparent 100 million plus rug pull. Yes. So
nice.
There you go. So here's a quote from a crypto expert, Nick Puckrin. The blatant criminality and insider trading that we're seeing in the crypto market right now is awful to see, but make no mistake, the blame for the Libra meme coin disaster and other pump and dump schemes like it lies on the shoulders of the regulators, and they are the only ones that can fix this. Whether it's the Department of Justice or the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, meme coins have to be regulated by someone, otherwise Libra will happen again and again.
Just scroll through web3isgoinggreat.com to prove that point.
Yes. Thank you. That's been a while since we had that reference.
Yeah.
And I totally should have checked it out.
We moved on to AI from.
I know. Yeah.
Crypto,
from Web3.
So, you know.
Yeah. No. I absolutely. Right. So there you go. There was my the thing I saw that's very security adjacent, and hashtag winning.
All right, let's go on to something fun.
Okay, hit me up. Something fun.
All right, so my something fun is positional,
hyperlocal,
location aware, hyperlocal. Thank you. So there is a fantastic restaurant here near my in-laws, which I always have to go to when we come here. It's like an old 50s diner, and their burgers are great. I had the pastrami burger for lunch today. It was fantastic. They got great fries. And being this is Utah, it comes with fry sauce. But one of the things that they're really known for is their frozen custard, and they call it concrete. And frozen custard is like, we have to stop here and get, frozen custard every time we come, because they make it out a bunch of different flavors. So you can get mix-ins for it. You can get, a flavor. It's custard. Then you can add whatever flavoring you want to it, or chocolate chips, or Oreos, or anyways.
Okay.
But the custard is not like ice cream. But they serve it's got some egg in it, and it's very smooth and creamy. So it's not airy like ice cream is.
Okay.
And I'm reading from their website. I wouldn't have known these numbers otherwise, but it's served at about 26 degrees. So it doesn't freeze your tongue like ice cream, which is typically around 10 degrees. So it kind of numbs your taste buds.
Oh.
So the ice cream also has air whipped into it. Frozen custard has a whole lot less air, so it's a lot heavier and more dense. But it is so good. So if you can find a good place for frozen custard, this place is called Nielsen's Frozen Custard. They have a number of places up and down the state of Utah, and they opened one recently in Las Vegas. So you can even get this in Las Vegas. But if you ever find yourself in Utah, hunt down Nielsen's Frozen Custard, and it's a great place for a burger, and you got to try the custard. My favorite is a lemon mix-in custard or a maraschino cherry mix-in custard. Those are my favorites. My kids and wife go for the Oreo frozen custard. So there's my something fun.
Yum.
Custard is where it's at, and since I'm here, hyperlocal.
This is not helpful for me. Is there one in Oregon?
No. No.
Okay, but I could search Google Maps for frozen custard and see what comes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, there you go.
Okay.
Very yum.
Yeah, I know I used to stop by JCW's for me, but it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, sometimes you and I like both do space things, both do game things, both do, like you and I are on completely other wavelengths at the moment. Because my something fun has nothing to do.
Completely different states.
Completely different states of mind, states of matter, etc. It doesn't matter. Okay.
I'm currently a liquid.
I'm a plasma. Okay. So my wife actually texted this to me at some point, I think from a Facebook post. So I had to go look up a news post that had a link that I could link, but it was Neil deGrasse Tyson was kind of sharing something on Facebook. But so this is about car battery, EV car batteries recycling, which is going to be a bigger and bigger problem as the number of EVs on the road increase and then reach their end of life and evidently there's I don't think I pulled out, but there's regulations in Europe at least about what percentage of EV batteries have to be recycled. Like they have to include, I don't know, it was like low single digits, but single digits worth growing over time to multiple digits worth of recycled content in new car batteries. But anyway, so this is a company called Altilium that has a new process for recycling car batteries, and a process proven enough that they're scaling it up. So it says lithium-ion battery recycler Altilium has begun recycling lithium iron phosphate, the LFP batteries in the United Kingdom, from a global electric vehicle and energy storage system manufacturer. The company claims its proprietary eco-cathode technology can recover more than 97% of the lithium and 99% of the graphite from end-of-life LFP batteries for reuse in new ones, not only strengthening the business model for recycling LFP batteries, but also enabling automotive OEMs to meet new regulatory targets and sustainability goals. So 97% of lithium recovery is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. It said there was another thing in here, but Altilium is addressing the challenge by recovering more of the lithium, which it describes as a high value material, as well as recycling the graphite, which can be reused in the production of new anodes. So today, most EVs use nickel, cobalt, manganese batteries, it says, but the rise of LFP presents new opportunities for recycling. LFP batteries are set to grow from 18% of the UK EV market in 2027 to 25% in 2035. And it's a challenge for battery recyclers as the iron and phosphate are less valuable than nickel and cobalt and less likely to be recycled. So it's the company's AC2 recycling plant in Plymouth, England, has the capacity to recover lithium and other battery metals from 300 kilograms of black mass per day. I don't know what black mass is, but presumably that's a battery term. While its planned Teesside hub is designed to be one of the largest EV battery recycling facilities in Europe, the company expects the plant to have the capacity to process scrap from more than 150,000 EVs per year, and has been designed to handle a mixed feed of battery chemistries, including LFP. So being able to recycle from 150,000 EVs per year. This article does not have what year that's supposed to be coming online. It's one of those things where you read the text carefully and they're like, so the existing AC2 plant can do 300 kilograms per day, but the new plant can do 150,000 EVs. You're using different units and you're using different time frames. So okay, I feel like that's purposefully deceptive in some ways. Like,
I can't imagine 300 kilograms per day.
I was going to say
150 EVs per year.
Yeah, I'm guessing that a single car has way more than 300 kilograms of batteries in it. So
I have no idea.
I don't either. I mean, that's 600 pounds, right? I'm guessing. I don't know. What's the battery pack in a Tesla weigh? I'm betting 1,200 pounds. So call it 2 of those. So this is totally and utterly guessing math. But I'm guessing that's recycling 1 car every 2 days.
So real-time follow-up. The Tesla Model S, 1,200 pounds. You were spot on.
Oh, come on.
Model Y has 1,700 pounds of battery. Oh, well, I should say, according to Google's AI. So let's see if they scroll down.
The Model Y is smaller than the S, but it's newer. Well, I mean,
the Model 3 has the lightest battery pack at 1,060 pounds.
Okay.
The Model Y has the heaviest at 1,700 pounds.
Oh, interesting.
Most EV batteries weigh roughly 1,000 pounds, and the heavier ones are almost 2,000. That's according to carparts.com.
Okay. So anyway, the 300 kilograms per day. I'm going. That's a car every 2 days.
Yeah.
As opposed to 150,000 cars per year. So, the units, math matters.
That's orders of magnitude.
Math matters.
There.
Math matters.
All right. Cool stuff, though.
All right. But yeah, cool. Very, very cool stuff. All right, my friend.
Yeah.
Have a safe trip back. Looking forward to having you back in the great state of Oregon.
Yes.
Drive safe.
Going to lunch.
No getting stuck in snowstorms.
No. It's supposed to snow here tomorrow, so it's Friday or Saturday look like the days. So
the days we'll see. All right. I'll talk to you later.
We'll see you, John.
Bye.